Member for Foxville, your response.
One of the interesting things about this is when you seek to answer, the goalpost gets moved. So fine, we're now dealing with the next generation. If you look at the policies of the Bahamas government with regard to this, it says that any time someone is actually stateless, the Bahamas fulfills its international obligations with regard to it. The international obligations, as I understand it, when someone is stateless, is that we have to provide a status for that individual. So the question of deporting someone who's stateless is in that position does not arise. It appears to me that that one is raising something which is not an issue. And all I'm saying is that if someone is actually stateless, the international obligations kick in Bahamian law. Now, the other thing I would say is this. There's a lot of debate back and forth about what the article that he read from the Constitution means about registered and apply, so on and so forth. We know that the way the law is prescribed under the Nationality Act, the Bahamas government does have some say over whether someone is registered or not, because there's a proviso to the constitutional provision. There are also provisions in the Bahamas Nationality Act which say how you can go ahead and apply, and the Bahamas government can apply those provisions and refuse to register someone in those circumstances. So as much as people want to argue that this is some right which has no caveat, it is not. The government does have some say ultimately over who can be registered as a citizen of the Bahamas. So you can have this argument back and forth. I just want to restate the generality of the position. The Bahamas government follows the law. Where people are not citizens of the Bahamas, they have to get permission to be in the Bahamas or something that shows that they have permission to be in the Bahamas. We're seeking to deal with the number of cases that people have raised with regard to this. And the immigration reform is designed to solve that problem. With regard to any actual statelessness, the Bahamas government recognizes its international obligations and will act in conformity with those international obligations. In fact, the situation arose, Mr. Speaker, with regard to children born to Jamaicans, because the Jamaican Constitution does not give the right at birth to people who are children of Jamaicans born overseas. So the law in our country says once you grant someone citizenship in those circumstances, that they have to renounce Jamaican citizenship. Prior to my coming there, what they would cause people to do is to apply for Jamaican citizenship and then renounce it immediately. That practice no longer obtains. And people can now simply swear an affidavit saying that they have not ever taken Jamaican citizenship and therefore they have no citizenship to renounce. My point is that for every single instance that you can come up with, that's an exception to the general rule. The Bahamas government has moved administratively to deal with those particular incidences. And I do not want anybody to get the impression that there's some wholesale mass gathering up of people and throwing them out of the country. That simply does not obtain. It is not contemplated. It is not probable. It's not, I suppose it's possible, but not with this administration. We are simply trying to reform the immigration laws so that all people who have the right to live and work in the Bahamas and who are Bahamian citizens are within the law. That's it. No more, no less.
Thank you, Honourable Member.